Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Jenny. My name is Jenny and today we're going to be doing a yin sequence built around building up our immunity in our body. We're going to be focusing on different areas of the lymphatic system as well as working to release any deep tissue, any deep tightness in the body because as one of my favorite teachers says, there's issues in the tissues. So let's get started today. If you have these props, they're going to be super helpful. If you have 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have those, that's totally fine. You can make do. If you don't have a strap at home, you can use a tie. If you don't have blocks, maybe you have very big books. And let's get started. If you like to have, I've almost forgot, if you like to have support for your knees, we will be doing some work on our knees today. You're welcome to use a blanket underneath there, or you can always fold your mat up. So let's get started. We're going to find a seated meditation just to center and ground together. So I want you to take your hands to your knees, take in an inhale. Exhale, close the eyes, release the breath. One more full inhale. And full exhale. Begin to breathe in and out through the nose. Beginning to feel the body relax. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Relaxing your jaw. Allowing yourself to connect with the body. Feeling present. Feeling rooted. Letting this be your opportunity to release any and all thoughts into the back of the mind. Letting yourself be present in the forefront. Knowing that to-do lists, maybe obligations we have later, any of those things we can come back to. But right now, we're being present. We're tuning into the body and all the messages it has to share with us. On your inhale, breathe in through the nose. And let that breath make its way to the belly, down the throat, settling in. Let the exhale leave the body back out through the nose, making room for a new breath. Continue to fill the body with every inhale, opening up the belly and the ribs, all the way up to the chest and collarbone. Exhale, let it soften. Feel at ease in the body. Feel at ease in the breath. If you'd like, you're welcome to offer your intention for your practice today. It can be your own personal intention, or the one I'm allowing us to use today is to be present. So inhale, I am. Exhale, present. Inhale, I am. Exhale, present. On your next inhale, begin to gently open the eyes. We're going to come into our first pose. We're going to take butterfly pose. So that is an awesome stretch for our hips. It's going to get into our hip flexors as well as our lower back. So we're going to be focusing on some of those areas that our lymphatic system targets. We're going to start with our feet together. So for some of us, we may be able to bring those big toes together. If they don't come together today, that's okay. You may want to have a block or 2 handy. You can use those blocks to support under the legs. Or maybe when you fold forward, you'll want to rest for your forehead. So your choice today, how you'd like to use your props that you have available. And again, you can always practice without props. So we're going to hold this pose for about 3 minutes. So when you're ready, I want you to inhale, lengthen the spine, let the hands rest on the ankles. Draw the shoulders back, exhale, lead with the heart, finding as much length as you can before letting the chin draw in, letting the upper back gently round. Continue breathing into the back body, breathing into the ribs. Keeping the eyes closed. Feel each inhale expand the ribs, and each exhale let the body sink a little lower. Now with yin, we have the luxury of time, so there's no need to rush to push yourself into a pose. We're using our breath, we're using gravity, and we're letting that help us settle in. So you may notice after a few breaths, your body feels a little more comfortable in the pose. Letting yourself find a new home. Knowing that by being present, we can acknowledge that change and feel good. So continue to breathe in and out through the nose, letting each inhale grow a little longer, and each exhale feeling even more complete than the one before. And at any time, you are always welcome to ease out of a pose for a moment and then come back in, especially if this is your first time doing yin. We always want to listen to the body. We're not pushing into pain, into numbness, tingling, none of that. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Inhale, slowly begin to lift the head, the shoulders. If you have blocks underneath the legs, slowly set them off to the side. We're going to walk our hands behind us, letting the fingertips point towards the hips. Plant the feet down and take a few gentle windshield wipers of the legs, letting your heels be a little wider than your hips. Doesn't have to be a lot. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet back together, hands to the ankles or the toes, and gently wiggle those knees. Feeling that rush of blood flow back to the body, feeling that release in the tissues. All right. From here, now we're going to do half butterfly. So with yin, we always start with the left side first. So we'll keep the right leg in, send the left leg long. And this may be where you want to use your blocks. So you can do blocks underneath your hands for your arms to rest on. Maybe you want to use a block for your forehead, or you want to forego the blocks. Again, we're going to be here for about 3 minutes, so give yourself some support. We don't need to be creating more tension in the body than necessary. So make sure your sit bones feel comfortable. You can even use one of the blocks underneath that right knee. Take your hands. I want you to frame your hands with that leg, and then center of your heart lines up with the knee. Gently fold forward. You can walk the hands forward and relax those left toes. Begin to inhale through the nose, lengthening the spine. And exhale, let yourself soften and fold. Again, feeling that breath fill the back body. Notice anywhere there's still a little tension, a little sensation in the body. And let that relax. Let it soften. Soften shoulders away from your ears. Relax your jaw. We're here for 5 more breaths together. Inhale, gently lift the head, walk the hands in. Feel free to move your block out from underneath your knee. Bring the left foot back in and gently wiggle the knees. On our next inhale, we'll now send our right leg forward. You can use that other block to support the left knee if you'd like, or forego it. Relax those right toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, lead with the chest, centering up with the knee as you fold forward. Again, allowing yourself to settle into your breath. Noticing if there may be differences between the two sides. Maybe one side was a little more open or receptive to the pose. And know that's totally normal. Begin to relax the jaw a little more. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Soften the hips as you exhale. We're here for 5 more breaths together. Inhale, walk the hands back in and slowly lift back up. We'll bring that right foot in to meet the left and gently wiggle the knees. You can move that block out of the way. And then let's bring the knees together, release the legs forward. Give them a few little gentle sways side to side. And then we're going to add a little lymphatic massage, so stretching the legs out. I want you to bend that right knee, and we're going to bring it in a little closer, and then find your hip point right here, and then find your right hip crease, gentle little circles. Pressing in with the thumbs, and then sending the leg forward, keeping the knee bent. We're going to drag our fingers from the ankle all the way up to the hip. This is helping our lymphatic system, which is located right underneath the dermis layer of our skin. So gentle pressure here, not a lot. And we're helping move the lymphatic fluid to the node. So anytime you're massaging yourself to help stimulate the lymph system, you always want to move towards the heart. All right, and then we'll do the other side. So left hip point, and then straight into the hip crease, gentle pressure with the thumbs. And then we'll take the fingers to the ankle and drag it up the leg, keeping a slight bend in that knee to help you get underneath the leg. Making sure you're getting all around. All right, and then release, feeling a little more flow and circulation there. Now the next pose we're going to come into is called deer pose. So we're going to start with those feet together. And we're going to take that left leg. You can move your blocks out of the way. Walk our hands over to the right and move that left leg off to the side. So you want to feel like you're making a right angle with that front shin and the back shin. And then your left hip, maybe up a little bit, that's okay. We're trying to let it soften down. And you can keep your body twisted, you can stay forward, or you can go more towards your left leg. That'll be easing into the pose a little bit more. So hands can rest, chin can draw in. We're imagining the inner thighs softening. We're feeling our sit bones sinking in. And again, if you're feeling too much intensity, you can always walk the hands away and let that left hip lift a little. This is a great time to come back to your intention. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, present. You're here welcoming all the sensations of the body, everything your body is telling you. Now you can stay where you're at, or maybe you want to walk the hands forward in front of the shin. Find a bit of a forward fold. You can stay in that fold, or maybe you want to try walking the hands in, noticing how now that left hip crease can sink down a little bit more easily. Feeling your whole body supported on the floor. Feeling present, lengthening the spine. We're here for 5 more breaths. When you're ready, gently walk your hands over to the right. Lift the left knee and bring the feet together. Hands to ankles. Gently shake the knees. All right. We'll do the other side now. So when you're ready, you'll walk your hands towards the left and bring that right foot around. So again, you can be settling in a little more easily into the right side or walking your hands over to the left, your choice. We're sitting up tall, making sure that we're not feeling any unnecessary tension, any pain in the body, and we're giving ourselves that okay to adjust if we need to. When you're ready, gently settle in, close the eyes, let the spine feel long. Come back to your intention. You're welcome to stay here, or you can walk those hands forward again. Hips will lift. And then gently walk your hands in, feeling that right hip settle a little closer to the floor. Spine is long, sit bones grounded. We're here for 5 more breaths. Gently walk your hands over to the outside of the left thigh. Bring your feet back together and wiggle the knees again, giving your body this moment to enjoy the counter pose. Maybe you're feeling a lot more sensation in the legs. And then we'll release the body. We're going to make our way onto our hands and knees for tabletop. So you want your hands to be about shoulders width apart, fingertips pointing forward. Your hips are over your knees, and we're going to find a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale as you lift the tailbone, belly button drops, heart forward. Exhale, tailbone draws down, hip points lift, belly button draws in, chin draws in. Take a few rounds on your own. And then on your next exhale, big toes to touch, knees out wide, sitting back gently for a child's pose. Inhale, rise back up. From here, this is where you may want to grab your blocks. We're going to come into dragon pose. So we're going to start with the left foot first. So I always bring my left foot forward between the blocks. Now that back knee may not feel comfortable there, so curl the toes, shift it back. So rather than being on the middle of the knee, you're more towards the top. Hands can be on those blocks, and you can stay here with your foot between the blocks, or maybe you want to bring your left foot out wider. Hands can be on blocks, on the floor. You can come to forearms. It's all for your body, your practice. And we're letting those hips sink forward, keeping our left knee over the ankle. Feel free to let the chin draw in, relax the shoulders. Feeling that stretch across the hips. If you'd like, you're welcome to stay here, or for the rest of our time in this pose, you can walk your hands over towards the right. Make sure you keep that left knee over the ankle. Maybe you come down a little lower. Inhale, slowly lift the head, walk the hands back in. We're here for 5 more breaths. Heel toe the left foot back between the blocks. We're going to take a counter pose here, coming into a half split. Walk the hands back with the blocks. Let the toes go forward and let yourself round forward. So we're not letting any tension exist in the leg. Inhale, bend back into the left leg. Walk your hands forward and bring your left knee back. All right, we'll bring the right leg forward now. So bring it between the blocks, between your hands. Make sure your back knee feels comfortable. So again, you can shift it back, finding that sweet spot. And you can stay here, or you're welcome to bring that foot wider. Settle into the hips and hold. You've been here before, you know what it feels like. And again, you can always come down a little lower on the hands. You can forego blocks. Just notice how one side feels versus the other. And then you're welcome to continue staying in this position, or if you liked that intensification of the hip stretch, you can walk your hands to the left, keep that right knee over the ankle. Inhale, slowly walk the hands and blocks back in. We're here for 5 more breaths. And then we'll bring that right foot back between the hands and walk back, straightening that leg, letting the toes draw forward, letting our chin draw in. And inhale, bend back into that front leg. And we'll bring our right knee back. Option if you'd like to sit back into a child's pose, or maybe you want to sit up in hero. Close your eyes, rest your hands on your thighs, or stretch the arms forward in your child's pose. Reciting your mantra back to yourself, your intention. Inhale, gently open the eyes, press yourself back up, and we are all going to find a comfortable seat on the mat. So for this next part, you'll want to have that strap handy if you have one at home. We'll move those blocks off to the side. So we're going to be doing some work for the shoulders and the hips here. Let's grab that strap and just have it open, just so it's already there for you to use. We'll start off by placing it over to the right. So we're going to come into a bit of a twist here. I want you to extend your left leg out. So I'll come this way. It's a little easier. Left leg out, right foot comes in. And we're going to bring that right foot over the thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, this twist can either be an open twist to your left or a closed twist to your right. So your choice, whatever feels best today. I'm going to take a nice little open twist. With every inhale, we lengthen the spine. With every exhale, we let any tension melt down the spine. Inhale, slowly unwind. Now this is the part where it is totally up to you. You can keep your right foot where it is, or you can you can keep your left foot where it is, or you can bring it in. So that left foot can be there, or it can be here, depending on what feels best for our hips. If you are keeping your leg there, then I want you to bring your right ankle to rest on that thigh. So I'm going to be bringing my foot in, and what we're going to do is take a fold forward. So you're going to either walk your feet out a little wider or stay where you're at and fold forward, stretching out the back. And if you have that left leg extended, you're folding over the legs, making sure that that ankle isn't pressing in to the thigh too much. Hands are forward. Maybe you inch them out a little further. Coming into shoelace pose. Take 5 more breaths here. And slowly walk the hands in, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to grab that strap now, and then I want you to take your left arm out in front, palm facing up, and then bend into the elbow. Let the hand come towards the shoulder. Other hand is going to help gently bring that elbow up. And then maybe we're keeping that hand there, or we can bring it out to the side. Let the thumb point down, and then reach to either find fingers, and if fingers aren't being found today, we're taking that strap, bringing it over the shoulder, and then letting each hand find the straps. Draw the elbows away from each other, whether you're holding onto the strap or holding onto your fingers. Keep lengthening in the spine. Close your eyes. And if you don't have a strap, you can hold on to your shirt too. Forgot to mention that. Continue to draw the ribs in. Avoid puffing out the chest. We're here for 5 more breaths. And inhale, release the bottom hand. Take it to the elbow and release that arm. Set the strap off to the side. We're going to lean back, uncross the legs, plant the feet down. Gently windshield wiper the legs side to side. Just letting the body release a little. Feel that rush of blood flow. And then we'll come back up. So this time, we're going to have our right leg long, and have our left foot in. So that left foot can stay to the inside or cross over. If you did a closed twist towards your thigh last time, take that again. I'm going to take an open twist to the left because that's what I did last time. We're looking over that back shoulder. We're inhaling, lifting through the crown of the head. And exhaling, letting the body soften, letting any tension melt away. Inhale, slowly unwind. And then you can either keep your leg long and open up the knee, Or you can draw that leg in, walking the feet out a little bit a ways from the body, settling into your sit bones. You can stay lifted or fold forward. We're here for 5 more breaths. Inhale, walk the hands back in, grab that strap. Now we're going to send the right arm out in front. Have that strap either over the shoulder if you noticed you needed it like last time, or you can set it off to the side and see. Right hand out, bend into the elbow. Left hand comes to help the arm up. Maybe you grab for the strap or the back of your shirt. And you can hold here or bring that left arm out to the side, thumb down, and then either reach for the strap or maybe you can find your fingertips on this side. Leaning the chest back. Drawing the ribs in, lengthening the spine. Pulling the elbows away. We're here for 5 more breaths. And then gently release the bottom hand. Let that come up to help release the elbow. Set your strap off to the side. Lean back onto the hands and plant the feet down again a little wider than your hips and gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then we'll come back to our blocks. So you can use one block or two. We're going to bring them underneath the sacrum as we come onto our backs. So you'll plant your feet down like you're about to come into a bridge pose, and then inhale, lift the hips, bring that block on a flat setting to rest underneath. And you're going to keep the feet either planted down or extend them forward. Your choice. We're releasing those hips. Arms can stay alongside the body, or maybe you want to reach them overhead. And we're breathing into the hips. If you're keeping the knees bent, you can even walk the feet a little further forward, away from the body. If your legs are long, gently begin to walk the feet back in. We're going to lift one leg at a time, extending up towards the ceiling, keeping our heels over our hips, keeping our gaze straight up or eyes closed. We're not moving the head. We're allowing our body to find an inversion here, so that's going to redirect our blood flow. You can take a few little pumps of the feet, pumping the calves, our second heart in our body. And then let the legs soften. So this is also helping our lymphatic system drain, because our lymphatic system works against gravity. So it needs a little extra help. Let's gently bend into one leg at a time, lowering the feet down. Inhale, lift the hips, move the block off to the side, and then bring soles of feet together, knees wide, coming back to that same pose we took at the beginning of class. Feeling all the space in the hips. Come back to your intention. And then take your hands to the outside of your thighs, draw the knees together. And then today, if you'd like, you can extend the legs long on the mat. Or maybe you want to take, instead, feet wide, knees drawing together for your low back. Allowing yourself to settle into your Savasana. Relaxing the jaw, separating the teeth, letting your body enjoy all of your hard work. You're welcome to continue to stay here. However, if you need to continue on with your day, begin to slowly bring your awareness back to the body. Wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. If you'd like, you can nod your head gently left and right, just bringing a little bit of movement back into the body. And then we'll stretch things out before drawing the knees into the chest and rolling to our favorite side, and then pressing up to our seat on the mat. Bringing your hands together at heart center, take a moment and thank yourself for making time today to balance your mind, body, breath, and spirit. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for following along. If you liked that video, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you.